we are at 16 TPS with 930 items. So here's what happened. Basically the items were not only building up here, but also this storage room is not nearly as fast as it needs to be. So we're not even, oh look, these aren't working either. So yeah, this storage room is vastly it's not even ready to handle the amount of items that we're putting through it. And so I've actually shut down the furnace array. There's no fear in terms of wasting glass. Glass is free. We just run a duper. It just comes out of nowhere. I pulled about 100,000 out of a stockpile of millions, so it's not a concern that we're wasting glass. It's just that I kind of assumed that Sir had handled this, and apparently he did not. So Pablo's here. He might fix it. I'm going to go eat a pizza, and when I come back, this thing is going to be working. But honestly, though, I've gotten the glass I need. This might be a project for another day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I'm not mistaken, there are 37 of these. So this side is kind of on the long end, so I think if we built this side on the other side as well, we should be able to collect all of the items coming into the system. So, unrelated to the furnace array or the Crayon Box, my computer is very, very running hot right now. Everything's going at about full speed right now. Does anybody want to know why I have 600 and almost 90,000 blocks generating? I probably should have set this to nighttime. Oh, it's a slideshow. No.
So are you?
Oh my god. So to get this thing to load, I ended up having to use MC Edit. This is spectacular. However, we're not quite done. We have some dirt down here. So let's do / replace dirt with air. And this will uncover the bedrock below. So that'll take a few seconds. Oh, I think it's going to go. It posted in chat. Oh, there we go. All at once. Alright, the water is spilling out. So now we've got bedrock. I'm thinking I'll replace the bedrock with more concrete, but I need to get rid of this village first. Oh wait, I realize once I get rid of the village, I can't unmark. Alright, so let's replace the bedrock with concrete. Oh, there we go. And there we go. If that is not the blackest Minecraft you have ever seen, I don't know what is. Oh my gosh, there are no bearings. This is like the most void world I've ever seen. Holy shit, oh, this is amazing. Alright, let's get rid of this village. Alright, that should do it. And we just got a bunch of villagers and some items. Okay, last thing on the agenda. That's the only way I know it's the middle. If you're in a dark room, then there's a circle of darkness. So let's fly up to the center, and I think I'm going to hand place the rest of these blocks. Oh man. This is not a glitch. We are playing Minecraft. What? This is the blackest thing I've ever seen. When am I going to hit the ground? Oh my. These villagers are just floating out here. Alright, I'll spare you guys. Here. Effect, Mr. Beast, night vision, a long time. True. And that's the sphere. So you still can barely see the top, but you can kind of see like the edges of the concrete blocks. This is so dark, and I think it's finally time I explain what we're actually doing here. So my idea, and I haven't actually seen this yet, but the idea I had a very long time ago, in fact, was to put a very large 255, 256 radius sphere around our end, and then we would be able to like decorate it with sea lanterns or something. So just kind of like as an idea. This is not like what it would look like, but something along maybe these lines. And then like when you go back away and then you take off the night vision, they would look something like stars out and about. You know, see, the further away you get, the more it's like, oh, those kind of are stars. And then you could just outline that along the entire... I gotta show you guys what I'm doing. That didn't even help. Along the entire circle. And then we would have like this artificial night sky around our end done in survival mode. And I think this is pretty cool. And if all things considered, if we are able to print the blocks with Schematica, we only have about, based on the amount of concrete I replaced when I filled it with stone, we're really only dealing with like 350,000. If we include the floor, maybe 500,000 black concrete. And you guys have seen our generator. That's not really more than a night of AFK. In fact, the night of AFK would be overkill before it funds this entire project. The sea lanterns are a different story, but we got guardian farms, like plural. So I think we'll actually be okay. And I still really want to do this. So I think we can make this happen. Obviously, this thing looks a lot more spherical when I'm in Quake Pro. Back down to 85 where I normally play, you can see that the edge of this sphere is really... This whole thing is a semi-sphere. It actually comes down to about here, where like that's actually half of it. So this thing is kind of like just a half circle. And it's... I don't know what else to say about it. I really think this would be a cool idea. Once again, completely unrelated to our episode. Alright, I'm putting this in the video because of the sign. So we may or may not be flying around the world before Minerva Season 1. I have a few videos on this. They're really old, but if you want to watch them, link in the description below. Look at this. Tic-tac-toe made by me. This is still when I put a space between Mista and Beast. 6/11/2015. All of this beautiful redstone. This still works. This is a really nice... I mean, I compacted this a lot, but this is the original design. Oh, he's going. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, hey. Just watching my furnace array unload. So, this should be working. It's actually fueling up here. Oh, okay, alright. I was gonna do a slick thing where I watched it unload and then I waited for it to turn itself on and then I realized I disabled that. Okay, so now it should be running well. Okay, so it was already running well, but I did add a lot of storage out the back. I kind of made it the same as before. I don't know. It's fine. It works. It should have about 24 more hoppers worth of storage, so it should pick up every item, if not almost all of them. I don't care, it should be enough. From what I found out from the people who collected all the glass, it wasn't quite enough for me to do everything I needed to do last time, so, well, I'll watch this run for a while, and maybe we'll see if the furnace array is working properly. I'm just kind of watching this go, and this actually looks pretty badass. The items just flow to the center, hit the glass, and then just drop straight down into the system. This is running pretty... This is pretty fun to watch this thing run, actually. Ah, damn it. Ah, I always smack into this wall whenever I record. This is the second time today. So, I might have burnt some cheese with my pizza today because the house smells like smoke and I think it's deep in my nose now. So eventually I'll get it out of my system, but I think for the next few weeks here I'm going to be smelling nothing but smoke. Well, with the furnace array done, we are, I can finally start working on this. Looks like Daniel might have already gotten some progress done. See, this is funny to me because I've been up for something like 10 hours now, and I don't know. I mean, I'm just really slow at working on this, but I'm at it. I'm at it. I'm gonna get some stuff done. It's gonna be fantastic. Boy, this thing uses a lot of observers. We estimated we would need hundreds, and I think Daniel might have been right about needing thousands. Otherwise, it's actually a pretty repeatable design. In fact, I don't even really need a schematic anymore. It's almost like it's the exact same thing for every single floor. And it's actually really easy to build if you skip the glass first and then you just use the jump boost, because if you don't have jump boost for this thing, it's going to be a real pain. But I'm hoping the glass won't be too much of a problem. I might just switch that out and then just kind of print it on the way up, because that'll be easily the fastest way to get that down, because it's just thousands of glass going right up to the top, and I just don't want to place it by hand. Otherwise, this is actually going pretty well. If anything, it might be a little too easy. I'm just gonna sit back, watch The Office, and maybe I'll just fantasize about having this smoke not in my nose anymore. You know, I gotta say, the build process for this thing is actually going pretty smooth. This has got to be, like I said earlier, one of the easiest designs I've built in a long time. I doubt that Mytteri, like, specifically designed this to be easy to build. I know he designed it, obviously, to be simplified, and wow, it's actually pretty fun. This is actually going pretty well. I thought I'd have to dig out the back of this, but as it turns out, there's this really nice slot just for concrete. And as it turns out, the original design actually had this in mind from Eratige's layout when he dug all this out. So Yeah, just placing concrete and glass. And I think I'm only going to end up doing one of these, seeing as this is really a time-consuming task. Fun, easy, simple, repetitive, but it's nice if I could just, throw on a show and grind this out and not have to worry about recording clips or anything. But obviously, once you guys have seen one, you've seen them all. So, depending on when I get this video finished and edited, it might be a two-parter, because I'm pretty sure I shot a lot of footage and I forgot to check before recording this. But that'll be fine, because I did do a lot this episode, and you guys may or may not be able to see the finished result when I finish recording. I'm in a crayon. Never thought I'd say that. Oh my. Oh my, I'm spoiled. I made a schematic of the other wall now that I had done all the work. Oh, this is so much faster. Oh my, I might be able to finish this and do something else today. Alright, and I'm gonna end it there. So, a lot was done today. Feels good. I did want to get a little bit further on these today, but I ended up fixing the 1280 furnace array. And honestly, getting focus on this project and finishing at least one of these feels good enough. I didn't actually put the clock in, so I can't really demonstrate using it, but all we really need is just one of them to get enough purple to do whatever we want. So building the rest of these I'll just do periodically, and maybe another one tonight, but I do want to do some other things, and I'm pretty happy with what I've got done. I am going to leave the front face of this empty, because we're not really sure what we're going to do with this room. Well, I say obviously, but I really don't expect us to use this entire space. You can see that most of the, based on this one alone, you can see that most of this space is going to be used by the farms themselves. So what we'll be left with are a bunch of columns leading up, which could look pretty good if we have a massive room for this, but I don't know. I'm not going to really dictate that by putting a face on this yet, although it will be necessary to keep the items in. So probably glass in the future, but too soon to tell. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and also, hold up, back up. If you haven't applied to the patron server yet, what are you doing? You guys, it's going to be fantastic. Link in the description below. We've already got quite a few people signing up. It's going to be a nice little community. Lots of people excited to jump on it. October 2nd, I'm checking my phone right now. It's September 27th. So if you're watching this in the future, then it's probably still up. It's probably going. You should check it out anyway. And if it's perfect timing for you, then you should go see that as well. I'm not a good salesman. Alright, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, guys.